Today you'll be hearing from myself. I'm Tyler DeLynn. I'm one of the product managers for Patton, working with our voice over IP solutions, so our voice over IP gateways, our routers, and then we also have an appliance. You'll also be hearing from Mark Aberhard, who serves on our product management team as well. So let's just go ahead and kick this off today. We just want to give a general overview of our products, what we have to offer, a little history maybe about Patton, and just what we're doing with Microsoft Lync. So first, Smartnode voice over IP gateways and routers. Let me take a step back real quick. Well, Patton is a family-owned and operated business. We've been in business for, I think this year in 2014, it'll be 30 years. So we were started by the three Patton brothers who still serve on our executive management team. They started the business in college in their father's basement. And so we've grown from that, from a small family-owned and operated business to what we like to call a micro multinational organization. We're still fairly small, but we have offices around the world, and we manufacture over 1,000 different products. So we do stuff like balance, Ethernet extenders, mobile routers, and even our voice over IP product line, which is our leading product line, our Smartnode product line. So a little bit about Smartnode. We integrate IP and TDM communication, so that's what gateways do. So what we're doing with Lync is we're integrating, let's say, a legacy PBX to give you that legacy PBX to your UC communications platform transition. We're also integrating, let's say, PSTN lines to your Microsoft Lync setup. So if you need to do fallback lines, or if you want to use the PSTN lines for calls. So we're just integrating IP and TDM communications. What we're also doing, which we'll talk about in a little bit, is we also offer routing functionality on all of our smart nodes. So what this is going to do is do both your voice and data traffic, so it's going to provide you quality of service, QoS, to make sure your voice is prioritized over your data traffic. We're also doing security features on that router, like VPN, and also doing transcoding on these boxes between different codecs. So let's say you want to do G711 on your network, but you have it coming in from your trunking provider at G729. So these boxes are very, very feature-rich. You can really get them at the most basic gateway level, but you can also add features like you can add that internal IP router. You can add transcoding, and you'll kind of see that as we get through the presentation. So general overview of the line, we have analog FXS, FXO units, 1 to 32 ports. We also have ISDN BRI products. They go from 1 to 8 BRI, and these units actually have up to 8 analog ports on them as well, if that's what you're interested in. And then we have also a T1, E1 PRI line that goes from 1 to 4 ports. We have other gateways that are not qualified with Microsoft Lync. They go from 4 all the way to 64 PRI, DS3s, SDM1s, but those are more for large enterprise, carrier network gateways that we just haven't certified with the Microsoft Lync platform yet. But in terms of the gateways we're talking about today, they can provide 1 to 120 voice or fax call capacity. We also have options, as I said before. You can get it as a gateway only. You can add an IP router on the box. You can add WAN interfaces, fiber, ADSL, G.SHDSL, whatever you need. And then you can also add transcoding functionality. And really the key in understanding the differences between all of our different models is just understanding that you can get it as gateway only. You can add a router that becomes a different model. If you add a WAN interface, it becomes a different model number as well. So that's really the key in understanding the difference between our various model numbers. So all of our products support simultaneous SIP, H323, we still do that, ISDN, POTS, PONG, and then also T38 for fax. So really quickly, why Smartnode? Why do our current customers choose our product? Really, it's going to come down to the fact that our products are U.S. manufactured right here in Gaithersburg, Maryland, right outside of Washington, D.C., where I am located now. All of our products are manufactured right here, so you get that U.S. manufactured quality. You also get the Swiss precision, Swiss engineering. All of our software development, or most of it's done over in Switzerland in our Swiss office, where Mark Aberhard is actually now. So you get both that Swiss precision and that U.S. manufacturing. And then next, probably more so than anything, it's just going to come down to our customer support. All of our customer support 9 to 5, pre and post sales is going to come completely free of charge. That is a huge, huge, huge differentiator. And not only that, just the fact that it's free, but also just the support team we have here. People are always emailing in and saying, hey, your support team is truly the best. We love working with these guys. So we love to brag on our customer support, just the level of support you get and just the fact that it comes completely free of charge. So as I just mentioned, free support, but also upgrades. All software upgrades every couple of months, Mark probably speaks to that better, come completely free of charge. So you just go to our website and download the new build. So just a little bit about Lync. Where are we now with Microsoft Lync as far as qualifications go? Right now, we are tested and qualified for Lync 2010 and then also 2013 as a basic gateway. So that's what we're doing right now, and we're about to jump into the enhanced gateway qualification. We just started supporting TLS and SRTP in our recent October release, so we're expecting qualification for Lync 2013. I don't know if we'll do 2010 for enhanced gateway, but definitely 2013 for Q1 of 2014. Then as far as SBC goes, that's also on the roadmap for qualification in Q1 of 2014. We do have successful deployments out in the field with these products with people using our products, but they're just not tested and qualified yet. So as far as Lync solutions, what are we doing with Lync? Mark will hop in a second here, but just a basic overview. What we do as a gateway, we're really a gateway for all pieces of your voice network to Lync. So whether that's integrating legacy PBX systems to slowly migrate over to your Lync UC system, or we're integrating fax, doing T38 for fax, maybe analog phones or intercom systems, just any legacy equipment that's not going to work in an IP environment, we're going to go ahead and integrate. And then also POTS lines. This is really probably going to be the biggest thing you'll see. This is for people who maybe don't trust SIP trunks. They don't trust making voice over IP calls, and they want to use their trusted POTS lines, their PSTN lines. But more common than that, they're just going to be using these lines just as fallback lines. So maybe they want to transition to their internet telephony service provider, and they just want to use a couple POTS lines for fallback. Then also, we're providing interrupt for your non-certified SIP. So whether it's SIP trunks, IP PBX, IP phones, even some of our partners that are IP paging equipment, not all of this equipment will work with Lync. We're going to be able to provide that interrupt between the non-certified and even non-compatible IP equipment and Microsoft Lync. So Mark will give us a little bit more detail onto that.
Yeah, thank you, Tyler. This is Mark speaking. Maybe if you can go back one slide, I can say some additional things on this sort of application. So as you mentioned, especially for soft migration installations, so where customers would like to keep their legacy PBX, for those kind of solutions, it's perfectly designed for the Smartnode to fit in at this stage. So with, for instance, ISDN fallback relays, relay mechanisms, it also ensures that for recovery scenarios that still with the legacy PBX voice calls can be done through the PSTN network if, for instance, the internet telephony provider is down, so if the service is not available. At this stage, the richness still can be provided. And also a big advantage of the Smartnodes in those kind of applications, in those kind of solutions, is that if your ISP, ITSP is supporting UDP signaling only for voice calls, the Smartnode can convert that into TCP and can speak with the Lync environment and can put these pieces together, so for a reliable telephony service. So that's basically one of the main advantages of the Smartnode. So like for fallback scenarios, interop issues. So if one side cannot talk in SIP TCP, the Smartnode will do the conversion. So that's one of the main things at this stage here. Good. Moving on to the next slide. So as already mentioned, if there are like units or ITSPs not being able to talk in SIP TCP, the Smartnode perfectly fits in here. And also a good thing is that if there are like equipments, telephony equipments, SIP equipments, which cannot talk in TCP, also the Smartnode there can do the according translation from TCP to UDP. On top of that, the Smartnode can be used as an IP router as well, which comes with along with features such as downstream and upstream QoS, which is also quite important. So if you want to use the Smartnode as a centralized router in your network, but also managing the telephony traffic, it will perfectly fit into that and will assure that the voice quality will be at the top level. So if there is any high load of data traffic being done through the router, that the Smartnode will assure that the voice quality stays up at a good level. The next thing is showing a possible application with our smaller Smartnode ESBR. It's called the 5200 unit. So this one is also doing the same thing, but on a lower scale. So it doesn't support that many concurrent calls, but it can also fit perfectly into an application where it is required to convert SIP UDP signaling into TCP signaling, as illustrated here, for special kind of intercom systems or any kind of SIP traffic done in UDP to connect that to the Lync cloud, the Lync environment in this case. Some features about the Smartnode ESBRs. So the good thing in this case is that on all the different models, as you just saw before, we offer the same feature functionalities. So for instance, the back-to-back user agent, which is being used to do this translation from UDP to TCP, as you have seen before. One of the other main features in this case is for the bigger models, so for the 5480s, 5490s, is the transcoding. So that's on top of the protocol translation UDP to TCP. We can also do codec transcoding, like from G711 to G729, for instance. It can be useful, as illustrated here, if you wanna do G711 between the IP phones and the Smartnode, but if you want to do G729 from the Smartnode to the Lync system, or even in a case if you would like to do, if you want to use a low bitrate codec to your ITSP, but you still want to use G711 on your internal network, the Smartnode will do this translation, this conversion to use a low bitrate codec, for instance, on the WAN uplink to your ITSP, for instance. Quality of service, as I mentioned as well, that's also a very good thing, so that you can ensure the voice quality is always as expected, so that there are no voice call interrupts if there is like data traffic going on over the same link to your ITSP, ISP, so the Smartnode is taking care of that as well. And for certain applications, the Smartnode can be used as a SIP registrar, so where IP phones can register on the Smartnode, whereas the Smartnode again registers to the Lync cloud, for instance. So all these features are coming on our Smartnode products, and the good thing is, like for the technical people, is that they can, once they know how a Smartnode is configured, they can configure basically all of the Smartnodes. So through our product line, through our portfolio. The configuration scheme is always the same on Smartnode, so there is not a lot to learn, and you can go ahead installing Smartnodes. Okay, so Tyler, if you want to move forward with the product categories we have, explaining the different
models. Sorry about that echo. I think somebody had joined the presenter and created that echo.
No problem.
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, the key in really understanding the difference between our products is just understanding you can kind of get the basic gateway only. That's going to be your cost-effective model. You just need that IP to TDM translation. You can also add a router. You can also add WAN interfaces, which makes it become an integrated access device, or you can get it without the gateway functionality and just the routing functionality, which is what we call our enterprise session border routers. It's very similar to session border controllers. So just as you kind of go through, this will give you a better idea of the different models. I have down here the Swiss Army knives to give you kind of a visual example of the differences between our products. So first, we have our MATA. This is just a telephony adapter. This is just going to be our one-port analog, and then Ethernet on the other side. So this is just for a fax or just a single phone. Working to the right here, the next three products, as I usually say, they all look the same. They're the same product. This is just the difference between the three. You have a gateway. The 4520 adds the router, and then the 4830 adds the WAN interfaces. So these three are just our 2 to 8 port boxes. You can do 2, 4, 6, or 8 ports in their FXS and FXO. So you can do combinations on a box. You can do 4 and 4 if you want, or you can do 8 FXS on a single box. Whatever you want. To the right here, this is the rest of our analog line. These next three, they're really the same product. These are our channel banks. They're 12, 16, 24, or 32 ports. Now these are FXS or FXO, meaning they're one or the other. You can't do combinations of these boxes. So you can only do, you can't do 30 FXS and 2 FXO in a box. It's one or the other. But they go from 12 all the way up to 32 ports. And as always, you can get your gateway only. You can add a router for the QoS features, the VPN features, a lot of the stuff we've been talking about. And then the 4900 just is basically a more carrier-grade solution with higher operating temperatures, dual power supply, stuff like that. Actually, Mark, if you want to talk about the BRI products, you're much more knowledgeable on these guys. Or do I have you on mute?
Sure, no problem. So on the BRI side, there we have also quite a big variety of products of port densities. So it all starts from our smallest device called the SNDTA. There it's available from 1 up to 2 BRI ports, as indicated here. It's a VoIP gateway only in this case, so it comes with 1 Ethernet port. It can be used to connect like traditional telephone ISDN telephone equipment to your Lync system, for instance. So if it's like just an ISDN telephone, or if it's even a small ISDN PBX, you would like to connect to a Lync system, for instance. Then the next one, the 4120, that's the VoIP gateway, which is used to connect PSTN telephony lines to a voice over IP system. So on this unit, the special thing is that those ports can be used as T mode only. So that means only PSTN lines, ISDN BRI lines can be connected to that device, and so this way you can do phone calls to your VoIP system in this case. The next one, a little bit bigger unit, the 4630. So that one comes with up to 5 telephony ports. So it's available with 3 or with 5. It can do 4 up to 8 simultaneous calls. And also on this unit, it comes with an IP router. So with the according functionalities such as QoS and also VPN and many features. So also security features such as ACL, for instance, and also SIP level security to make sure that your connection is secure in this case. There's actually a similar unit, the 4650, which comes with WAN access on top of all the functionalities I just mentioned before. So the WAN access is available as indicated here, ADSL, G.S, X21. So there are different kind of models you can choose from to directly connect the medium you get from your ITSP, from your ISP, if it's ADSL or G.S in this case. Then moving on to the 4660, 4670 products. There we have combined versions in terms of telephony interfaces. So like it's available from a small amount of BRI ports up to 8 BRI ports, or in combination with FXS and FXO ports. So in total there are going to be 12 telephony ports available on this unit, and in total it can handle up to 24 calls at the same time. Also, this unit is a VoIP gateway, but can be also used as an IP router with its features. And on this unit, as you can see, it comes with 4 Ethernet ports. The 4670 is basically the same unit, but with the difference that it comes with the latest WAN access features, such as fiber is available, ADSL and G.S, and just recently introduced EFM functionality is available on this unit to connect your access link from your ISP directly to the Smartnode.
All right, good. And then next is just our T1, E1 PRI line. This is our 4970, 4980, and 4990. These units are 1 or 4 PRI. We don't have 2. On a box, it's just 1 or 4, but basically you choose how many PRIs you need just based off the number of voice channels that you need. So you can get a box with 15, 24, 30, 48, all the way up to 120. And all of these products are going to be license upgradable, at least up to the hardware that's installed on the unit. So if you get a 1 PRI with 15 voice channels, well, that's going to only be upgradable to 30. You can't upgrade that obviously up to 120 because we don't have the right amount of DSPs installed. But if you get a 96 voice channel unit, you can also upgrade that to 120. So just basically all based off the hardware capabilities, these are all license upgradable. And each model actually has a 30 voice channel upgradable to 120. You have to buy that SKU up front to be able to do that, but just an FYI, we do have a product available for that. So these are basically our 4970 is going to be our gateway only. 4980 is going to add the internal IP router doing your voice and data. You also have optional transcoding on that box. And then the 4990 is going to add your WAN interfaces. So that's going to add your fiber, G.S, HDSL. EFM is also available on this unit, and then also serial X21. Then last, these are our enterprise session border routers. Starting first with our 5200. These are just the routing functionality on all of our smart nodes with our telephony ports removed. So the important thing to understand is all of our smart nodes offer this routing functionality, doing different transcoding features, the QoS features, the security VPN features. All of our smart nodes offer this functionality. This is just going to be our smart nodes with telephony ports removed. So our 5200 does up to 32 SIP sessions, starting at 4 for smaller applications, and then it's just license upgradable by 4 all the way up to 32. This unit doesn't have transcoding like the 5480 will have, but this will do your IP routing, your QoS, your VPN, and even has X21 for WAN access if you need that. 5480, moving over here, does up to 196 SIP sessions. I think it starts at 64 and then is license upgradable to 196. And then as far as transcoding calls, it does up to 30, or does up to 64 transcoded calls, and I think it starts at 32. Do you know, Mark? Does the 5480 start at 32 transcoded calls?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it starts at 32, and then you can get it license upgradable to 64. And then this product, obviously, as I said before, offers the IP router and then also transcoding if you want to interconnect multiple VoIP networks, whether you're doing G711 or G729 or some other codec. Mark, if you want to talk about the survivable branch appliance?
Yes, for sure. So that's one of our next products we're about to launch. So that's actually on our roadmap for beginning of next year. It's going to be the SBA, the Smartnode Branch Exchange. As you can see here, it comes with a lot of physical ports. So basically, what we'll provide with this product is a combined solution with an IPPBX included with telephony ports, which is going to be available from like a small amount of BRI ports, also combined together with analog ports, FXS, FXO, and that's like all in one unit. It perfectly fits into the rack, so it will come everything together. So it's ready to go for like all the people installing that device. So there's no need to find any additional hardware for a customer's installation to load the IPPBX software on. So that's going to be available within this product from our side, where the IPPBX software is going to be preloaded, and it comes with its telephony ports where you can directly hook up PSTN lines from your provider, either if it's for fallback situations, or if it's like for least cost routing, for instance. But it also gives you the flexibility to directly connect to that one device fax machines, for instance, traditional fax machines, or any kind of specific telephony equipment which is not able to talk in SIP, or which is not possible to talk in voice over IP. So that's our new product, going to be released in Q1 next year, as I mentioned.
All right, thanks, Mark. Let's see, and here in closing, if you want to learn more, one great site to go to is just our Patton website, and if you click on one of our products in Smartnode, you can get more details on these products. So on this page, you can look into our products using basically similar charts that we were just looking at. If you click on VoIP products, you can also view past webinars. You can read different FAQs or case studies. So this is a great resource to learn more about our products. The other resource I did want to mention was the Lync catalog page that recently launched, I think in October. We're up on there, and our product line overviews on there that you can download. So there's more information there, and hopefully we'll go ahead and get a recording of this webinar and have it posted on that Lync catalog page. So please go to either of those websites. Our contact information is there. You can email us, call us anytime. Support's always free, so call us, or email sales@patton.com. So we appreciate your time today. We'll go ahead and make sure to post this recording so you can pass this around or take another look. So thanks again for either waking up early. It's hard to do a time frame for everybody. Maybe next time we'll do multiple time frames. So thanks again for waking up. Thanks again for joining us, and we appreciate your time. Have a good day.